It's cheaper to buy a machine than it is to rent it. We bought this excavator for $90,000. It's financed, we pay $1,700 a month. But if you were to rent a machine, it would cost $5,000 a month. And if you were to rent it with an operator, it would cost $16,000 a month. Sure, you could rent a machine for like a day or two, just for a small window of time when you needed it. But when you're off grid and far away, those machines cost about $2,000 to transport to your property both ways. If you have a big specific project where you need a machine all day, every day for just a very condensed amount of time, that might make sense. But out here, we use it a little bit each day, probably forever. We have never operated an excavator before we bought one, by the way. So if you're thinking, I don't know how, it's one of those things that we think that everybody living this way should know how to do. If your machines die, you die.